All right, let's look at the FRQ together. It says calculator allowed, but please know you're not allowed to use calculator on this. I'm going to do it without it. The figure shows pencil sharpener on a level surface. Point B is located at the end of the handle that is 2 inches from the center of the rotation. Okay, so the length of the handle is 2. The handle rotates in clockwise direction and completes 2 rotations every second. That right there gives me the period. What is the period of this function? Period is how long for it to make 1 rotation. So it takes 2 rotations for 1 second. Then how long does it take to make 1 rotation? Half a second. So period is half. Right? Because it goes 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? So 2 for each, then each one takes half. At t is equal to 0, point B is located directly below the center of the rotation. So this is what it looks like at t is equal to 0. The center of rotation is 3 inches above the level surface on which the pencil sharpener sits. Okay, so from the ground to the center is how long? 3. As the handle rotates, the distance between point B and the level surface increases and decreases. The sinusoidal function models, this is where it tells you the y value, so pay attention. It's distance in inches between point B and the surface. Got it. All right, what do we want to start with? When will the y value be the smallest? Wouldn't you agree it's when it's like this, the starting point? What will be the distance between the end of the handle to the ground then? Okay, so this much is 2. From the ground to the center is 3. Then wouldn't that be 1? Okay, so when it's the lowest, the y value is going to be 1. When it's the lowest, the y value is going to be 1. That's how I like to start with. When will be the highest then? Okay, I'm not good at drawing, but okay, so that's the ground. Wouldn't the highest be when the handle is up there? Handle is up there. Okay. And how long would that be? Well, from the center to the ground is 3. The leg is 2. So when it's the highest, it's going to be 5. Y value is 5. That tells me when the middle ground is going to be between 1 and 5. Middle is going to be 3. All right. Finding y value is 1 point right there. So congrats. We just earned 1 point on FRQ. Now let's talk about the x value. Which x value is usually the hardest one to find? Earlier we said this point right here is a starting point. Right? The lowest. So can I go ahead and put that 0 over there? I can. Yes, I can. All right. Now, the tip I told you was that you can take the period and divide it by 4. And that tells you each increment of how much your x is increasing by. What did I say the period was? Half. What's half divided by 4? That will be, what would that be? Ooh, 0.125. This is an ugly number. 0.125. Okay, so you're at 0. The next one's going to be 0.125. Next one's going to be, you add it again, 0.25. Previous one, negative 0.125. Previous one, negative 0.25. You could have kept all of that as a fraction if you wanted to, and I'll show you how to do that. Period was half. You divided that by 4. That is 1/8. So you could have kept that 0 and put 1/8, 2/8, 0, negative 1/8, negative 2/8. It's the same thing. They don't really care whether you're using fraction or decimal because this is calculator is not allowed. What other options could you have had? You could have had all of this x value and added half to it. So you might have your answer of this as positive 0.25, positive, oh geez, what's half minus that? 0.375, half, 0.625, 0.75. What was I doing? I was adding the period half to all of my x value. They're going to accept all of his choices. So I'm just giving you all the options. All right, now let's find a and b and c and d value. D is the midline at 3. A is the amplitude. Distance from 3 to 5 is 2 or -2. I'm going to show you both options. Period was what? Half. That is 2 pi over b. 4 pi is b. 4 pi is b. Now let's look for the C value. We're looking for the sine, midline starting. There you go, my blue tape. If I were to use this point right here, G, start from the midline going down, so A is going to be -2 sine of 4 pi plus 3. What are we doing? Oh, be careful over here. It's -0.0125. So when you're writing it down, it's going to be t plus 0.125. Plus, not negative. What about point K, midline going up? So that one is going to be A is +2. It's a little tilted. You are moving 0.125 to the right, so it's going to be t minus 0.125. Both of them are correct. Let me look at the key quickly and see what was written there. Okay, so the key, how it was done, it looks like all of your x values were positive by adding the half to it, and it was all fraction. I see. And C value, that's same. This answer is same, and the answer is a little different. But if you were to add the half, it'll be the same answer. Okay? All right. Next. J to K. J to K. Where are you? J to K. Right here. All right. Is your function positive or negative? You look at the y value. 1 to 3. It's a positive. But the function is increasing. So, letter A. And there you can see. All right, using the concavity, describe the rate of change is changing between T1 and T2. I'm going to say the rate of change is increasing between T1 and T2 because the graph is concave up.